GettyDavid Attenborough's Blue Planet 2 brought some scenes the TV veteran found difficult to watch. The poignant sequence for Blue Planet 2 of the parent plying pieces of discarded rubbish to its youngster, rather than squib, brought home the pollution disaster facing the seas, says the veteran wildlife broadcaster. A quarter of a century after Sir David filmed some of his most iconic footage coming eye to eye with a baby wandering albatross for life in the freezer, the television doyen has described how the bird's pelagic domain is now being sullied by man-made plastics. Speaking to Unearthed, Greenpeace's environmental news platform, Sir David is asked whether plastic pollution will feature in Blue Planet 2 when it is screened later this autumn. He replies, "Plastics are of crucial importance, and it's heartbreaking, of course." "Which example do you choose as being most heartbreaking?" "The one I would choose, because I feel most strongly for them, are the albatross, and we've got a sequence with the albatross. It's plastic, and it's heartbreaking." Heartbreaking. David Attenborough. There's a shot of the young being fed, and what comes out of the beak of the adult, not sand eels, not fish, not squib, which is what they mostly feed on. It's plastic, and it's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Albatrosses have become the totem bird for conservationists campaigning against industrial-scale fishing in the southern oceans after huge numbers drowned by getting caught on baited hooks. Prince Charles took up their cause in the Albatross Task Force, a team of experts led by the RSPB and BirdLife International, have been successful in reducing deaths in key fisheries by using bird-scaring measures. The fact that plastic pollution is now impacting on the albatross highlights a conservation crisis faced by oceans from the surface to their deepest depths. November 28, 2016. An African bull elephant swishes his trunk at the carmine beaters following him through the grassland of Botswana. Studies show how 90% of the world's seabirds are likely to have plastic in their guts. The material has also been found in a third of the fish caught off the British coast, according to recent research. What particularly worries scientists is the way that birds can be tricked into consuming floating plastic debris because it gives off the same odors as krill, a mainstay for many ocean species. With reports that huge amounts of the 8.3 billion tons of plastic waste produced by mankind since the 1950s are now swirling around in oceans and on beaches, Greenpeace says Sir David's words should be a wake-up call for governments and businesses to act. The conservation group wants the UK government to roll out Scotland's recently announced bottle deposit return scheme nationwide. During a recent scientific voyage around Scotland, Greenpeace documented how the feeding grounds of basking sharks, puffin, seals and whales were polluted with plastics. Greenpeace UK senior oceans campaigner Louise Edge said Sir David's words will strike a chord with anyone who has ever witnessed the harm plastic pollution is causing to marine life, whether it's a turtle tangled up in plastic or a whale stomach full of carrier bags. With a truckload of plastic being dumped in our oceans every minute, this has now become a global environmental crisis stretching from the Arctic sea ice to remote islands in the South Pacific and Britain's coast. Coming from one of the world's greatest living naturalists, Sir David's words should be a wake-up call for governments and corporations that we need real action now to stop plastic waste choking our seas.